Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Live Show. So sorry, I thought I had the music bumping. Or you realize I did not. Kind of a blunder on my part. But now you get to listen to the awesome music. Oh, maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I did. Did you guys hear music on the way? Or no? I'm broke again. I'm wrecked. How many people got rocked and wrecked right now? Had no idea what they were doing. Did not use a stop loss. Were over leveraged. It got banged out. No, be honest. Put a 1 in the comment section if you were absolutely wrecked and banged. All right, where the music was popping. Nice. Shout out to everybody here on the live. My name is Samuel James Price, the Crypto Lifer. If you're with me, I talked about a possibility of a break to the downside. Said this was a falling wedge. I wanted to see the break to the upside. You know, could have stayed. But I also talked about how fact that this looked like an M pattern. All right, you could make even an M here. I talked about how you had to get back above the 200 SMA and this point of control. You lost it. I even showed you where you were likely going to go, right here to this high volume node. We're right there, 41,008. We wicked all the way down even. Wow. Wow. They got to 40,400. I wish I was there for that, to grab that Bitcoin on the low, right? And so some people got their Bitcoins on the lows. Scooping up Bitcoin. Now 45K, anything below 45K is an absolute steal. That's just how you have to look at it for BTC, all right? Unbelievable. So massive dump for Bitcoin. I don't know why, what happened there. Can't seem to drink. Massive dump for Bitcoin. We lost the key area of support and resistance. And I told you, once we lost the 15 200 SMA, we were going to the 1 hour 200 SMA. Once you lose the 1 hour 200 SMA, you're going to the, you could go to the 2 hour. Then you're going to the 3 hour, right? And so the next stop, unless we get a bit of a wick to the upside, which we did, and we get a reversal recovery here, was going to be 39,000. But we got bought back up. So many people were like, eat. And we're able to buy Bitcoin back up to the upside. I'm pissed I wasn't here for the low. I was actually traveling. I had what's called a 520 boat. But my wife, who, and other people in my group who make my travel plans, they set my travel plans up for Sunday, and they said to the woman Saturday to Sunday probably on the phone. And the woman on the phone made Sunday of next week. I don't even think it was my group's fault, but someone made a mistake, and they set the boat for 520 next week. So when I get there, and there's a tight ship there, you got to have a reservation. And I get there, the guy's like, I don't see you on this boat. So I have to wait in standby. I had to pull my car over and sit for 2 hours. And eventually I got a boat, the 7:15, which didn't leave till 7:20, 8 o'clock. I didn't get home till 9:30. And here we are with the live stream, actually 9:40. And here we are with the live stream. Shout out to the 872 beautiful people jumping on in the second I jump on here. This is insane. 900 people. That's how many beautifully loyal people we have around the internet. I can't believe there's 900 people here when I show up at 10:18. We're going to look at the weekly close. We're going to have a blast tonight. We're going to do what we do every single Sunday night. We're going to take a look at what's happening. Are we going to get a bounce back to the upside? Do we keep this support? Do we go lower? We're going to talk about all that and more headed forward. Also, if you were watching my screen share this morning, or my update this morning, I did say that there was a chance we break to the downside. And I did say it was a really big deal that we didn't lose this trend line. I said we lose this trend line, we're going to hit here, then we're going to drop all the way further down, and we're going to get ourselves a bit of a dump. That was a bear flag right there. Now we're looking to see we're in a bit of a bear flag now on the that Pellegrino on the 5-minute chart. But we're going to talk about the 5-minute right now. Actually, before I get into any bigger time frames, right now we're in a bit of a bear flag on the 5, kind of an Adam and Eve double bottom. You're going to have to see Bitcoin get back above 43,736 to remain bullish. All right, that's going to be the key area, 43,700 really, but 43,008 we'll even call it. You got to get above this point of control. You got to get back inside this zone to remain bullish for Bitcoin. Otherwise, we're going to start a downward trend here for BTC. We're going to lead all the work. We're going to get rid of the moving averages. We're going to move on into the weekly chart, and we're going to break it down. XRP likes those even dump numbers, 60 cents. Hope you unloaded your bag like you were going to before the dump. I know, right? Just lost 95K. Ew, that's horrible. How? How did you lose 95,000? I mean, maybe you have such a huge portfolio, you know, and that's okay. That means you love Bitcoin. All right, so moving forward, let's take a look at what happened here for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. So the candle closed amazingly well. They kind of they did like some crazy moves. So the weekly candle closed. They opened at 39,972. Amazing. The high was 44,700 even. These evens are really strange. 44,7 even. The low was 39,797.226. The candle would close at 43,789 and 51 cents, which was still kind of bearish compared to the days we were battling that 800 area. It would go up $3,817 in the week, up 9.5%. And then, literally, it's 10:30. So once this candle closed and this candle opened, literally, like immediately, this candle just had an immediate dump to the downside. Like this 2-hour weekly candle ate up the entire week's wealth almost. Went all the way down, almost ate up to the bottom of the candle, which where it started at 40,003, only to get bought back up so far on a massive buy wick on the weekly. Do we continue to the downside? What's happening here? Are we collapsing? What's going on? We're going to break it down for you right now and show you what the bigger and the smaller time frames convey and where we at and where we stand. Again, this is why we are always here, you know, calmly breaking it down, showing you what's happening for Bitcoin. Shout out to the 1,061 people on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Today was the day that we had a celebration for my mother. We just told everyone on our street that in this beautiful little quaint neighborhood in southern Massachusetts. And, you know, neighbors came. I was able to talk about my mom. People shared some stories that I had never heard about my mom and my dad. I looked at some pictures in an old album about my, you know, from 1970s, 1972 to 1974. My mom was born in 48. So that was when she was 24 to 26 years old, right? And unbelievable. Like, man, my parents were so beautiful, so amazing. I saw them in their youth, you know, and thought about them and then how they created me through love and how then I created my children through love and the evolution of life and the pain of life and the ups and downs and the realness of it all. And then I missed my show at 8 p.m., but I'm still here at 10, and there's 1,000 people and 77 people here. Unbelievable. It's as if, you know, God is telling me, and the 77s are always there when I need them. As if my dad and my mom, my dad, like around the time my dad was going to pass, the 77 showed up, and it just like always seems to be there. Very strange. But shout out to everybody here on the live. I'm not going to break down, but, you know, today was the day for my mom, man, and we didn't have a traditional funeral like I've seen before in my life. My mom wasn't of the church. She was a spiritual woman and a woman of God, but she wasn't of the church, you know. Anyway, let's break down Bitcoin, what we're here for. But God bless you all for being here, and thank you for being a part of the journey, even if sometimes I may not talk about a chart. Thank you for letting me express myself and not just dipping away. Thank you for the 1,000 people staying on the live, being able to listen to a person, just be a person for a second, and know that I am still going to give you the value that I provide every single day. I really appreciate that. It means the world to me. I spend so much time here with each and every one of you. You are my therapists. You are my friends. You are my family. As I lose family members in front of you, I only gain more with each and every one of you. And that's something that has just been a beautiful, beautiful thing for me to recognize. And you can always find gratitude in the worst situations. I am grateful I was with my mom and she was not alone. Had she been alone for the rest of my life, there would have been such a pain in my heart. I know it. You know, God did that for me. You know, for however reason, I believe God did that for me. He made sure that she died basically in my arms. And I rode that ambulance with her. I was there to the last moment. To the last moment. And you know, you can't beat that. My dad passed, and I always wondered, like, what were his last 2 days like? How could I help? You know, and then there's pain there. There's always that pain, you know. Anyway, the weekly is overbought. We've had some beautiful months. Can we continue? Of course we can. Could this just be a small pullback? Of course. Is it the beginning of a bigger pullback? It's possible. Both of these things are possible. We have to be open-minded to these ideas, and we're going to build on them. Right now, I see a possible falling wedge that just comes back to test 39,000. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. You know, we'd still have a monster move. And honestly, small pullbacks are really good. You do not want to continue, because the more you continue up, the more you're going to dump down. You want to have, like this was beautiful how we pumped, came down, pumped, came back, pumped, came back. Like that's strong because each time we revisited, and then we hit support twice just to tell you, okay, we really didn't come down and revisit 31,750. You see that? We might even hit that. People have to be open-minded to this. The greed is extremely high. All right. Whenever the fear and greed index got as high as I see it, and actually, that happened somewhere. So I got to go over here with this. But whenever the fear and greed index got as high as it did, 74 still at very high. To me, you got to be taking some profits. I'm sitting with 25K a tether. I took some profits on a few different coins. I did allocate into some things too as well. Class as your brother now, Sam. I class you as a brother now, Sam, and I greatly appreciate everything you've done for me. I desire to meet you one day. May God bless you and ML and Mom. God bless you too, man. Thank you so much. Love you, brother. RIP to your parents. God knew they could not be apart. Shout out to Mar Solo. We love you. We appreciate it. My mom was really broken. One of my neighbors, my mom was very, very private, and she did not break down a lot. And one of my neighbors was like, she came out when I saw her. She was like, I blow the leaves down the street because it's just easier for me. I have an electric blower and I just do it for everybody. And I saw your mother and she cried and said it's been very, very hard. And I told her she was going to be okay. And she was, but that's all for my mom to cry to a normal stranger was something she never did. So it told me, man, the whole street was there. All my neighbors, a few other people that knew her and people that were her friends. And just crazy. Anyway, we got above the 200 SMA. We got 2 or 3 candles. We ripped to the upside. As long as we stay above this, we're good to go. As long as we stay above some of these key support and resistance areas on the 5-day chart, like right here at 36.8, we're good to go. And right here, too, we have a bit of a big bounce, you could say. But I don't want to move that weekly. That weekly area is really strong, 39,000. But I see a bit of a falling wedge happening. Look how overbought we are. And I kept saying you're too far away from the 21-day moving average. On the 3-day, you kind of touched it on the daily. That's a good sign. You want to start making a relationship with it on the daily, and you want to be more lateral. And it's likely Bitcoin's going to kind of go sideways here. All coins will recover. We'll have a bit of a movement. And it doesn't mean we have a falling wedge. We could even do something like this. It could be, I don't know exactly. But right now, we're going to slow down. We're going to get some sideways pullback. Bitcoin, this is what it does. It pumps up huge. You get some sideways action for a few weeks. Pumps up. That's like a month or two. Pumps up, takes its time. Pumps up, and then it takes its time. That's what happens on the daily. It feels like it's always pumping, but it just isn't. A lot of tax loss harvesting too. People are selling. They want to show losses to kind of juxtapose some gains. A lot of that games are going on. There's whale games going on, like my man just said there in the chat. So love from Las Vegas. Shout out to my man from Las Vegas. We love you. We appreciate you. Shout out to 1,153 people on the live. $14 in chat revenue. We love you. So we're going to watch for Bitcoin on the bigger time frame to either make a falling wedge pullback or some type of ascending triangle. Those are the two things that we're looking for here for BTC. All right. 22-hour time frame, what I like is getting more oversold than but it can still stay down here and we can have, and the RSIs really need to reset a little bit too. All right. And we kept saying there was bearish divergence this morning. Remember, I kept bringing up, I was like, man, there's a lot of bearishness. And I even said I'm bearish. Remember, I said I like the falling wedge, but I'm bearish unless Bitcoin can get above that key level of support or resistance. You can go back to the tape and look at it, and we got above. And then I kept saying we got to get above the 200 SMA and the 15. We did not do that. We didn't do the two things that I needed to see bullishness today. We were denied those two things. All right. Right now, a nice little short squeeze for 42,300, and Bitcoin could continue. I'm excited to see what's happening here and jump back into the charts. People are like, dang, I should have bought some more Bitcoin. Always a good time on a red day to buy Bitcoin. You know what I mean? In my humble opinion. And, I'm going to head on over to MEXC, go to the spot area here, and just do the right thing. I'm going to buy myself some BTC on a red day. About $2,500 worth of Bitcoin. bang, bang, bang at about 42,300, right? You'll never, I'll look back on these days and remember, wow, smart man. Then I was scooping up Bitcoin when you could actually buy it. There was probably a time where you probably couldn't even get it. You know what I mean? And look, that order didn't get filled. I could chase or I could wait. It depends. It doesn't really matter. I could also just mark it. They won't give me much that bad of a price. Order history on the market. And look, they gave me, 42,289. Not too bad, right? And make sure I got, sometimes I bought, 2,500. Sometimes you go back and I realize I bought thousands, which isn't bad, even if I did buy 25 grand worth of it. All right. Anyway, you helped a lot us stay in the game with your crazy show. God bless you, man. Thank you, Peter Eckel. The RSI needs to reset for show. It's kind of hard to tax loss harvest for this year on Bitcoin, those considering it is up over 100%. I don't know. Should we move some Bitcoin to ETH or Link? I can't tell you what to do with your money. Should you do? I mean, that's a question you gotta have to ask yourself. Yo, from Sarasota, shout out to my man Bit Chiser. Life or family strong with you. Shout out to Crypto Bellico. Shout out to the 1,236 people on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. And that's what happens when you get 50,000 subscribers. Immediately, the algorithm just starts being like, oh, you're in the 50 club? Oh, okay. We're just going to give you more love now, So we talked about this all day. I said that if we break this, look for the bearish retest in a smaller time frame. I said look for us to break down to 41,800. We went even lower than that. If I was live and able to see it on a smaller time frame, I would have been able to kind of backtrack it. But it's all good. It is what it is. Bitcoin took the dump. All right. And, it went, you want to see if it can come to the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame. Can even draw a fib from even right here from this impulse because I like that impulse there. And yeah, I mean, we're talking some 618, 40,000, 39,009 area. I mean, and that would be the key support or resistance on the weekly too as well. All right. Now we got back above this area. These two, this is a kind of this, we could have basically a bounce in these two spots. If not, we're coming down, honestly on the daily. I'm moving that weekly. That's the weekly, but I'll grab a control and move. On the daily, you're looking at 38,000. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a wick or we touched 38K. All right. It would be awesome, to be honest. I mean, we'd be able to get some altcoins at prices we weren't able to get them at way, way beforehand. You know what I mean? Things were just taking off too much. And some altcoins probably don't care. They're probably just pumping to the upside regardless at this point. So remember, irregardless is not a word. All right. I'm just saying. I'm being honest. All right. So our major resistance was 44.7. I kept saying if we can't get back above, remember this level here, 44,100, 44,070. We kept, simple stuff. Also kind of made a bit of a descending triangle at one point, which I, maybe would have seen. Bearish, and they just dropped straight down. Like that's what unbelievable 4-hour candle to the downside for Bitcoin. Anyway, I could see some bearish tones. It didn't look amazing. Even had some bearish div here on the 4-hour time frame. All right. Just seeing if maybe we could double bottom here. Smaller time frame may have done it for a second. We tried to. Then we made a bear flag, which told you we were probably going to go lower. All right. Anyway, so just like, do I pull a fib here? I mean, that's a 786 retracement. Look at that. Unbelievable. Like, unbelievable. Like, the bots just bing. So crazy how it works out like that so many times. 786 retracement to the upside for Bitcoin. You want to see if there's anything that resembles some type of hidden bullish, and it kind of has some hidden bullish there in a way on the 4-hour time frame. So what could be happening? Like, what could be brewing here for BTC? Like, this is an insane, we could be doing something like this, but that's a bit of a push. Right now we got to take what we see and go from there. So clear M pattern on the 4-hour time frame. We hit the target of the M too. It's just, that's clear as day. Made the M, hit the target of the M. Done. I love you, man. Stay the Sammy Cup and handy like you are, but stronger every day. Just wanted to share the love to you, man. God bless you, man. Shout out to the 1,353 people here on the live. I think that's the most I've ever had on a live stream in my entire life. So shout out to everybody here for joining in for a milestone. 1,353 people, 491 likes, 5757 in chat revenue. My dad loved the 57 Chevy. It's like he's smiling at me. Unbelievable. May God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Let's keep pumping up the likes. Let's see if we can get to 2,000 people on the live. Why not? Let's get it going. Shout out to everybody here. So, right now, as long as we stay above 42,000, we're fine. You know what I mean? That's going to be some key support that we're attempting to hold. The 1 hour is doing everything it can to get back above the 200 SMA. If it can do that, we can save the day. We went through the gap of the VRVP. We wicked down. People got Bitcoin at 40,005. I'm a little pissed I didn't get in on that. Should always just have some limit orders on the low just every time. You never know, especially when I'm looking at the charts and I'm seeing those key areas. Of course, I have my travel schedule messed up. I end up falling asleep. This would have happened during the live stream. But again, look what happened. Everything happens for a reason. That's why when my wife said, I'm so sorry, I said, don't worry. I never even yelled at her or got upset. I didn't even care. I said, don't worry, babe. I said, I'm so worried. I'm so broken over my mother. I could care less, about my travel plans being messed up. I said, I don't yell. And she's pregnant. And I said, I don't want you to stress out for any reason. My mother wouldn't have gotten upset. My mom was the coolest cucumber you've ever met. Like, she never, threw a hissy fit. She never got upset. I never knew when she was not in a good mood. She just didn't act like that. She had control over herself. She had compassion. She was conscious of the behavior that she had around everyone around her. And so now that's how I want to be remembered, just like her. I want that legacy I want that to, because she was so amazing. I owe it to her to act the same way so people can remember that behavior. So that can be etched in stone forever. And so may God bless my mom. Wow, 42.4. Getting a really interesting reversal here back to the upside for Bitcoin. You could almost say it was a sideways shoulder, head, right shoulder, which I've seen, but that's crazy. The key is you had a resistance here at 42.165, a local resistance that you did get back above, right? 42,178, So now it's don't go, but you don't want to lose that. You lose that, then you're likely to continue further to the downside. Shout out to the 1,400 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. May God bless you all for jumping on into the live stream. Just like you, I'm looking at this dump. I got out of a travel situation. My travel plans were thwarted. I got home way later than I wanted to see Bitcoin in shambles. And but this morning I did put out an update. If you watched it, who here watched my update this morning and did the update? Who here watched the update and put a 2 in the comment section if the update helped you understand what was going to happen, and if you saw the dump and you weren't surprised by the dump because of the update. I just want to see if put a 2 in the comment section if the update gave you some insight, and when the dump happened, you were just like, oh yeah, this made sense to me. I was ready for it. Wow, a lot of 2s in the comment section. And I hope you're not just being nice to me because, hope y'all telling the exact truth. You know what I mean? 2. My man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Also, we have BOOKMAP. Shout out to the channel sponsors, ITrust Capital, a place where you can move your Roth IRA or IRA. It's amazing. The #1 crypto IRA platform in America. Hit the QR code or the link to check it out, ITrust Capital. All right. Another interesting place is, and a sponsor of the channel is BingX. Why do I like BingX? Because you can trade Forex and the S&P in the same place. You can't do that anywhere else. All right. Already up on my buy there. My spot buy for Bitcoin is it's continuing to rip to the upside, kind of getting into almost kind of you want to say a slanted Adam and Eve. Let's take a look at the smaller time frames here for BTC. But this is our thing, the bullish divvy, because even though that's swinging down, it's not as sharp as that. That's an insane sharply moved down. So that, and I'll teach you this, even though most people won't, that is a bullish divergence. It's like a class B or C, but it's a bullish divergence. And it tells you that the trend likely could get a reversal. back to the upside, you know. Now, we came back up, resistance broke that. Now you got to flip the 200 SMA. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we're just making a rising wedge here and get ready for another bigger move to the downside. Okay? So don't get too excited by these pump-ups trying to get the latecomers back into price action here and suck some more people into leverage trading, you know? People that missed out, leverage traders. It has an Adam and Eve vibe, I'll give you that. It has the Adam and Eve kind of vibe here. Get above the 200 SMA. Show me, and what's the funny thing is we could be right back where we began the night at 43.8. This could just be an insane liquidation level. Another type of pattern will form, and it's business as usual for Bitcoin back tomorrow. So just be careful. I use these as dip, you know, all these types of, in my mind, we've been in a bull market since we got above the 200 SMA. I've studied all sorts of assets, and I'll go to bat about, you know, talking about that for a long time. And you know, that's just something that I'm going to stick to. All right. Shout out to everybody here. My name is Sam Price. You're watching me, and I just want to kind of break it down. If you haven't seen me before, I started trading when I was 25 years old. I started looking at markets when I was even younger, but I started actually opening up an account, buying and selling things, and getting down. All right. Thank you so much for jumping on in and becoming a new subscriber to the channel. We appreciate you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Likes are flying up to 600, 1,400 people on the live. Unbelievable. 50,000 subscribers this morning. Was it this morning that we hit it? Or was it last night? No, last night we hit 50,000 subscribers on the channel. And I usually have lemon water today. I'm drinking the hard stuff. I'm drinking that seltzer water, that sparkling water. All right. So Bitcoin making this loop, you know what I mean? A nice rounded bottom. It's kind of an Adam and Eve. I'll give it to you. There's your Adam, there's your Eve. Even though it's slanted and kind of, you know, it's a drunken, slanted Adam and Eve. Just like, you know, we have drunken, slanted, inverted head and shoulders. All right. DC says Zebek could rip according to the fundamentals. Coinbase is investing in Zebek. Interesting. I hope I didn't get bought in there. Uni Daily, Adam and Eve, double bottom. Wow, let's take a look at that. And shout out to all the people sending love here. Satoshi Love for the 20-pound. Sneaky Pete, Bitcoin, not sure, but bullish as F on lifer, man. You're the man, dude. Kyle Vero, Stack McChange. Jeremy Choco, we love you. Gifting lifer memberships away. You're the man, dude. Kyle Vero, you're the man. Stack McChange, member for 6 months. 50K, baby. I remember when it was 2K. Love you, G. Love you too, man. 1,000 people here Sunday night. Love you, bro. 1,400 people on the live. Unbelievable. With the energy at its apogee, actually and factually increasing daily, rapidly. Let's go. So right here we are. I mean, the battle for Bitcoin continues. Let's take a look at what we're seeing here on BOOKMAP. And it's got some liquidity above us to the upside. It's got some liquidity up here. 43,000. Says we can get back to 43K. You know, fulfill some of these orders. There's some red there. Either side, we are straddled. And there is even a big fat order trying to take us down to 40,000, 39.5. So we got to heed that too as well. You know, at the end of the day, the biggest order is down, basically down there looking at about 40,000, 39,500. This is a heat map order book. The darker it is, it's basically similar to like having, you know, infrared goggles on. The darker it is, the more price action is likely going to go to that area because that's where the most orders are. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. All right. God bless you all for being here. Thank you for jumping on in and being a part of the live. We appreciate you. We love you. And yeah, I just bought Bitcoin on MEXC. All right. MEXC, the place to be. All right. Absolutely love MEXC because I don't pay any fees. Even when I marketed in right there, it was 0 spot maker and taker fee, 0 future maker fee, only a 3% taker fee, basically the least in the game. So jump on into MEXC today. Link is in the comment section of the live chat. All right. And it's all right here. I got a new link today I wanted to show you too is the Influencer Awards. Big deal. You know, this year I am up for 2. All right. Number 1, now I think I should even be in best education, but it's okay. I don't want to be. But best technical analysis, it's Frankie Candles, Tom Crown, Crypto Phase, Ben Cohen, Carl Lamoon, Sheldon, Crypto Lifer, or Garrick Soloway. I mean, I do it every single day. I've called Bitcoin from all sorts of angles constantly. If you could vote for me here, it would be amazing. I'll put the link in the comment section today. So, and we want to push this idea. Hit that link. They will be given in Vegas the belts, these amazing belts. I have a belt from last year. I got the McAfee belt last year. It was amazing. All right. Also coming, and another thing about Mexi is they have coins that other people don't have that you're gonna have to go find on decentralized exchanges and do all sorts of craziness. They got the best stuff in the game, you know. And then you know, what I couldn't believe was the Influencer of the Year award. All right, if you keep scrolling down, which is crazy, we get to Influencer of the Year, the grandest of them all. We have Altcoin Daily, Crypto RS, Tiffany Fong, Crypto Lifer, and Wendy O. I mean, you know, the Influencer of the Year. Vote for me. Hit this. I really appreciate this. It would mean the world to me. It would be pretty cool if we win Influencer of the Year after, you know, not taking a day off for over 2 years, throwing weight around in the game, really changing the way things were. You know what I mean? So shout out to Jenna X. We love you. Love learning. We love you. GF Burke. Shout out to everyone with a blue wrench. Shout out to everyone with a green name. And shout out to everybody who's jumping on in. We love you. You could be blue, green, or just regularly gray. We love you. It does not matter. We appreciate you. Shout out to Jose, who said he voted already. We love you. We appreciate you for doing that. Everyone, please go bombard that voter section. Link is right here. I'm making it really easy to do. The link is right there. It's the lowest link. Okay? Don't hit this one that, you know, confused with the newsletter. You know. Okay. Moving forward, we're going to take a look at altcoins in a second too and see what's happening, if there's any beautiful opportunity in the alts. This is kind of an inverse cup and handle. I like this little flag here. Let's look for Bitcoin to continue in the flag to the upside. Here's a little scalperino back up to the 200 SMA. A little bit of volatility. Get some late shorts and liquidate some late shorts here to the upside. This is looking highly likely. Let's see if we can get this move. Again, Bitcoin will remain bearish if it can't get above this, you know, local resistance here that we have an issue at 42,775 for BTC. I do see a move to the upside here on this little flag on the 1 minute time frame, but it is just the 1 minute. Okay, we will be easy. I already voted. Shout out to Zunster. We love you. We appreciate you. All right. Shout out to you as well, Sam. Congrats on the nomination. Shout out to Patrick Leishman. And honey, just being nominated is absolutely amazing, right? I mean, what a blessing in the space. And it's each and every one of you that have done so much for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. The gratitude from the bottom of my heart. And if you want to join the trading group, learn how we make the gains, learn how we find it, and get in there, CryptoLifer.com. Join today, join today, join today. All right? It's the place to be. I can't wait to see you there, CryptoLifer.com. Also, follow me on X.com. All right? Formerly Twitter, Twitter.com, X.com. Can't wait to see you there. Okay? At CryptoLifer33, Sam Price, giving my insights. Awesome stuff, doing a Spaces every single Monday night at 8 p.m. Tomorrow night, get ready for Spaces. We're going to have a blast. So a lot coming your way if you're just new watching me for the first time. So we're watching this flag now with a 1 minute time frame for a possible little pump back to the upside. Nothing crazy. Not saying it's going to change or be the reason that we don't continue to dump here. I'm just, you know, previous resistance becoming support. We got back above this level. We're making this upward trend line. This has now become support, 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 support. Can it hold again? Well, low stochastics here for a move to the upside. A little bit of hidden bullish divergence on the 1 minute time frame as these swings down and this swings up. Can we get a continuation to the 200 SMA? Can we flip the 200 SMA? Because if we can flip back on the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame, you will see us get back to this point of control and close the gap again. That's just what's likely going to happen. If not, this rising wedge is going to dabble. We're going to fall here, and we're on our way back down to 40,400, 3333. All right. I just saw the 333, but we're on our way to 40,005. Okay. Watching this very closely. Okay. I'm more bearish than bullish as we continue to make lower highs. 7 minute looks horrible for a dump right now as you tried to make a move up, but look, you're overbought on the stochastics RSI. Doesn't look amazing. Let's remove my scribble wiggle here and clean up. That was cool in the 1 minute, but it's hard to see. So 1 minute looks like, can you rally? Now, if the 1 minute decides we're going to let go here, honestly, the way the 7 minute looks, it's just, it don't look too good. You really need to see this bounce. You want to see this bounce. I just don't want to leave the 1 minute flag there when I move to the 7. It just looks messy. That's all. So right now, you honestly have to look at the 1 minute to see if it's going to change, but the 7 minute is overbought in a flag. Not looking amazing here for Bitcoin. Measured move is 40,500. All right. When you read Lifer's testimonials, you'll know you're in the right place. God bless you, brother. Thank you for saying that. Love learning. We love you. Thank you for saying that. Only one person in the game, and that is Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside, man. Shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate you. May God bless you. And you people are far too kind. The way the stochastics are pointing down, it looks like we're getting more downside. I would say more downside for Bitcoin. You know what I mean? The 1 minute will give you confirmation. You lose this trend line and start to fall, more downside. You start to bounce up and you get above this 200 SMA, you may be able to save the day. So 1 minute will give you confirmation. Right now, I am more bearish than bullish based on what I'm seeing for BTC. All right. Can it make its move? To me, it already lost the trend line too, technically. So this would just be some retesting for further moves to the downside. So I'd watch out loading up on certain things. We could see more of a bigger pullback, and we need a bigger pullback. If we look at the bigger time frames, the 4 hour likes to come down to that 200 SMA. Just kind of what likes to happen, right? We did it at 786. I know we did retrace. I mean, so far that's a huge wick too. But, right, we'll see what happens throughout the night here for Bitcoin. And heavy volatility, I'm telling you, every Sunday night into Monday morning, it's heavy volatile. And I always tell everyone, be careful trading Sunday night. Anything could happen. Crypto Lifer is a living legend. Shout out to Shrine Money. I voted for you. God bless you. Thank you. Why is AVAX up 12%? Because it's a DeFi protocol that just keeps ripping. We Gucci for now. Maybe test 40K or Wyckoff down to 39. CME gap tomorrow for a false move Monday. Hey, I'm with you on that. False move Mondays, man. Didn't even understand some of the categories, but hey, I clicked your name wherever I saw it. God bless you. Thank you. Love your outfit. You should be a billionaire. Thank you for Dropship Gaming. Sundays have been crazy. Amen. Voted done. Shout out to all the people voting. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the 1,400 people on the live. Like, blessings on blessings tonight. On the night of it's just like my mom is here and my dad are here and they're just blessing me. And one of my neighbors went up to me and he was like, your father was so proud of you. He was like, he told me about you. He was really proud of you. Like, he liked to talk about you. And I was just getting successful, everyone. I was just getting started. And I had so much to show my mom and dad. Even when I see you 1,400 beautiful people here, it's like bittersweet because I'm so happy for it. I'm so grateful. But I wanted to share it with the two people that meant the most to me. And it really rips my heart out of my chest. As a human being, it's so human. Like, it's the emotions we all know. Like, I don't care who you are, evil, big, short, all different types of walks of life. I don't care where you live, where you're from. Like, you love your mom and your dad. Like, if you had them and you were blessed enough to have them, like, and when you lose them, you'll never be the same. And to lose them back to back in the same year, 7 months apart, like, just when they weren't even that old, it's brutal. It's brutal. I'm being honest. It's just brutal. And to trudge forward on a public space every day of your life and to keep pushing. And, you can't do it unless you believe there's people out there that really care about you. And it's crazy. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone out here. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. I really do. They both were, and I begged them not to, and I don't want to get into it after that, and but yeah, and I told my wife that it was likely going to happen because of what I knew, but I didn't ever want to be negative and project negativity, but so I guess I was ready. I knew that this could happen, But you're the hardest working man in crypto, over 1,000 days straight, giving to the lifers. Let my nephew know his uncle is waiting to see him. Hey, OMIC, your uncle is waiting to see him. You're funny, man. You're funny, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. You had a lot to do with it, man. I have to be honest. So Finn and Daisy, love learning. Shout out to Finn and Daisy, man. Oh, man. They had everyone that knew them was like they were special people and appreciated them, and it was just nice to hear people talk about my mom and dad today and have a little bit of closure and enjoy some time, and it was fast. I didn't want to tell anyone I was traveling just because, but I had to travel yesterday, and I took my travel setup with me, and you guys could probably see it, but I wanted to keep it private just for whatever reasons, you know what I mean? And I had to leave my house yesterday at I don't know, what was it? 11:45 to get on a 120 boat or 130 boat, and then I had to leave there at leave the house at 4:40 to get on a 520 boat because you're supposed to be there 20 minutes, 30 minutes in advance. Trust in God, trust in yourself, front seat. My parents too. It weighs on me every day. They right by your side, brother. Thank you, brother. Watch some near-death experience videos on what people have experienced from after. That's what I did. I studied near-death experience for literally 10 years. I watched so many videos after videos. My dad lost both his parents in the same year, and he hasn't talked about it ever. How can I talk to him about it? Man, eventually he may. Some people don't, it's hard. I thank Lord every day none of us took that. Yeah, I know. We're literally paying people. Yep, I know. Life is the only different periods you go through, and some of these periods will never, ever come back. I lost my dad a year ago. Amen. Anyway, we're going to get into some fun altcoins and break it down and have some fun right now. God bless you all. All right. So now we're watching the 1 minute to see if Bitcoin can hang out here or is it going to lose this trend line. In my opinion, it kind of already did. And it's looking pretty bearish. But there's a little bit of hope for the bulls that we can get to this 200 SMA. We can stay above this resistance as support, and we could get a move on out. But this is kind of what we're watching now. The volatility is over. We have since slowed down a little bit, and now Bitcoin's going to find its peace. Now, if we lose this key level, we're dropping down to 41.2, and then probably to 40,400 is the area that I'm looking at for our next support zone. Let's go Sam for Influencer of the Year, and TA and Casper for the golden upvote. Amazing. This is the most spiritual crypto streamer on earth. Like the pump, man. Shout out to Paul Revere, man. I love you for saying that. That was my nickname in high school, Paul Revere. My buddy was Slick Willie. I was Paul Revere. My teacher was like, Slick Willie and Paul Revere, here they are again. And get yourself a PALAU ID today. I'm telling you right now, 5 years, regular version, $1,000. Unbelievable. And I'm about to extend right now because this thing is beautiful. Be able to KYC on exchanges you couldn't before. And, don't feel like you're living in the dark. Put your face to the name. And, let people know that you represent a digital ID. A new frontier. Something different in the global space. PALAU Web3 ID. Check it out today. All right. Okay, moving forward. I want to talk about some altcoins. I want to look at KuCoin for a second too. Back to my baby KuCoin. KuCoin spot. I still would only trade futures on MEXC. All right. I just want to make that clear. But KuCoin spot got some amazing spot plays. All right. While their 3S tokens doing damage. Yeah. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do something else. Oh, yeah. FTT. Hold on. I just want to see what tokens were hot actually pumping Yeah, so this just gave back what it had, but that, I mean, it's higher than it was yesterday. You know what I mean? So this is just something to think about, like coins that are hot. And another thing that I do is I just go to CoinMarketCap and you go in the last hour and see what's holding it down. Inject the protocol. Celestia, still at $10, like it doesn't care. You know what I mean? Immutable X, 191, doesn't care. You know, Avalanche up 36. Beam continuing to bang on them. You know what I mean? So, you know, TON, a coin that I like and really is about to eventually get a bigger move. BitTorrent, something I always kind of play. It's a smaller coin in the you know, I'm still in my near still doing damage. EGLD still doing damage. Pepe, Mina protocol. So like, it's like, you know what I mean? Nobody cares, man. People understand what's happening and what's at stake. The dollar is dipping and people are paying attention. You know what I mean? People are paying attention to what's happening and they want to get down. Let's take a look at the TA on DYDX. Let's take a look at DYDX. Not to be confused with the DXY. So the DYDX looks great, right? Didn't do much with this Bitcoin dump. Hanging out in the golden pocket, even wicked pretty much to the 786 Fibonacci level. Key area got bought up off the 786, which is you know, that's a very, very key area right there. I wouldn't be surprised if it went sideways a little longer, but then still started its move to the upside. I see DXY pumping and getting to the target, and I don't own any. No one told me to say this. This is just what I see as technical analysis. And it may not play out. This is just a probability that I'm looking at on a chart based on technical analysis. I'm looking at the chart going to 565, possibly taking it up 91% gains for DYDX. So that's one thing on the radar. That's one thing that I'm looking at. All right. And I could have mailed it in tonight. I got home late. I said, no, I'm going to go live. Look what happened. The most people ever on a live stream. It just, you know, I hope I inspire each and every one of you. Whenever you're tired or you're not about to do something, just go and do it. Push yourself to that next limit. Go for it. You know, don't fall short. Just keep pushing. Because things are going to happen that you never thought possible. And it's just going to continue to go. And you're going to see things and find things and get to another level of progression. But not if you don't keep pushing yourself. You got to keep pushing yourself. And some days are going to feel like a regular day, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a miracle. And every day really is a miracle. Sometimes we don't feel like every day is going to be a miracle, but as each day becomes more miracle-esque, the more and more we become, we realize that every day is a miracle, you know? And, you know, even the days without my mom now, you know, it's a miracle that I was able to be with her when she passed on Thanksgiving. So I put this out here down at 5.6, and it's still pumping to the upside now. It's already up to 662, 630, even after a little dip. I mean, this is an Adam and Eve double bottom, above key levels of support or resistance. Even if it flags out a little bit, I see Uni eventually getting to 961 within a month. Again, and I could be wrong, but that's my prediction based on the technical analysis. You could change my tune, change my mind. Take a look at the DXY, getting that pump back up to 104. Okay, interesting, you know, but not being able to get back above the 200 SMA on the 22. We don't want to see it flip this 200 SMA. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder, kind of suggesting that we're about to get a move here in the dollar and maybe a bigger pullback for Bitcoin. So, I mean, look, there's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Let's look at this on the 4-hour time frame. I mean, you got an inverted head and shoulder here on the DXY. Look at that. Clear as day. Measured move. If you get the 4-hour to get back above that 200 SMA and you don't double top here, so we're going to watch this closely, but if you start to break out and we're somewhere here, it's very likely we're going to get the bigger move follow through. If we fall down here, we're going to get the breakdown. So in the next, I'd say 16 to 24 hours at the most, we're going to be able to get some information that's going to tell us a lot. Lineage is a blessing, and you deserve that, my brother. I am very proud and glad to call you my friend and mentor. You earned that award many times over. Other channels leave their subs lacking. Amen. God bless OMAC. Thank you so much for the love, man. I continue to push every single day, and I feel like I always could do more. I feel like there's always more that I could be doing. Like right now, I didn't call it perfect long or short right now. I'm just looking at Bitcoin, but to me, it's hanging out right here at support or resistance. Second it loses this level, you know, it's going to come first to 41.7. And that's just small time frame stuff. And then you're going further down. And the measured move takes you all the way down to 40,488. If you can look at it long like this, you got to look at it short, you know. So we'll see. Only time will tell. If the 1 hour, if we can flip the 200 SMA, then that will change the whole story. Why I like watching the 1 minute is because it should take us no more than an hour to get the answer to these questions. And then we're going to be able to figure out whether we're more bullish or bearish. You know, so I know even though small time frames sometimes aren't that significant, if you use them all the time, you'll be able to figure out how they are significant and use them to your advantage when you need to. You get what you see what I mean? And they are significant if you know what to look for. If you know what to look for, they're very significant, actually, you know. So, but you got to know what you're looking for. Like, I know I'm watching for the 200 SMA, and I know how important that is, and I know that could spark a move further to the upside if we get it. Second we lose this level, it's Rap City, though. We're dropping back down to test the lower, and then rising wedges break down 68% of the time to where they began. We're supposed to come down here, you know, by probability. We shall see. Supportive resistance is king amongst all probabilities, though. So previous resistance becoming support. Can Bitcoin begin to hold 42,250, which it seems to right now? Mint layer was hot. Did it get a pullback? Let's take a look. Mint layer on Mexi and Gate.io continuing to do damage. We looked at this coin, just talked about it briefly. It was 3 cents, or, you know, then it was 15. Next thing you know, the thing is 43 cents. I mean, it's insane what happened. Since December 8th, it did a 3x, which I find in 2 days. Unbelievable what these coins keep doing. And, you know, you find out about a coin, you learn about it. 2 days later, it is up 5x, 3x, 4x. And it's a bit of an M pattern that doesn't look healthy, right? I could force it into this, you know, it looks, but, you know, I've seen both of these happen. Like, we could get the bounce and consolidate. It's been very bullish. I just want to make it a point. When I make a measured move like this, I'm not saying we're definitely pumping to the upside, unless I outright say, I like this coin. That looks beautiful. I would long that. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. Okay? Okay. So, the grind don't stop. All right? I don't know how this always happens. There we go. I like that track, but I like some other tracks better. You know what I mean? I like the other space. They're awesome. Space Race, the other space, that song just blasts. But, you know. So we're looking for the, you know, if I can watch this consolidate 8 hours later or something like this, oh my God, like this thing could blast. And, you know, I'm more apt to trade. I like Bitcoin pullbacks because it shows me what coins are strong. You know, it teaches me what coins are strong. It's funny, I mentioned this coin the other day, like TIA, just on that Cadillac video, and then someone was like, oh, like, of course you have a bag of that. That's why you said that. I don't see any volume following up on that. And it's like 2 days later, it's back above $10. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm never trying to pull the wool over something. I don't mention a coin because I own one. Like, I don't need to do that. Like, God has blessed me in such a way that if I even was able to tell you how blessed I am, I think I can't even explain it because people would freak out. But just know that I'm getting blessed in such a way that I know that there's a higher power looking down on me. And I know that beautiful things can happen to people that push themselves to the limit, do the right thing in life, live the pious way, pray every day, like those things begin to benefit those who do them, you know. So this coin's hot. It does not even matter about the pullback. Had that falling wedge, broke back to the upside. This thing is just business as usual. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't even care. Might even go even higher, you know. Watching this, you know, we could make, you know, you'd hope you're doing something like this, but we'll see. But I put an alert on this thing, and this thing just won't stop. People just keep buying it. Like, it's like Cosmos Frenzy, and like you're going to $12. Like, that's what it says, you know, with some consolidation at hand. But This thing can't stop, won't stop. Mint layer, I would take a look at here. Possibly a very bearish scenario as we end pattern and break down. That would be great. I missed out on this coin, didn't get it, any potential. It could do a 50 to 100x. Might be something I want to throw at least a couple grand into and then take out, 50 to 100 grand. I mean, maybe even 100 to more. Maybe, who knows? Maybe 200 grand. Watch putting $2,000 in a coin and taking out somewhere near $200,000. I mean, what a blessing that would be. What a blessing that would be, right? So, and that could happen, mint layer. So I'm looking at this thing, something to think about, something to break down and keep on your radar. All right, is mint layer. All right. TIA looking absolutely beautiful. All right. Polka dot, like that was hot. How much of a pullback did it get after, you just want to take into account. A lot of times the bigger market cap coins will follow Bitcoin. Yeah, see, they following Bitcoin to a T, but getting bought back up. And like, you wouldn't be surprised if everyone just goes as business as usual, forgets this wick, we start to consolidate, and 2 weeks from now, this thing is just right back up, and like everyone's bumping and running, and it's all good, Or Bitcoin could take a bigger fallback, and we can make more accumulation. Either way, I see opportunity in this market, no matter what. Injective just continuing to bang on them at 22. And it's just funny, it finally hit the bigger target that I always was talking about. Injective. I went over this for weeks, talked about it when it was $1. Even showed you here with the alert. Bang, bang, bang. Injective for 36% gains. Right? And we went over this in the trading group. I talked about it. Man, it's just amazing to see it hit 22. An awesome project, an awesome coin. Already up 20x. It could definitely 100x from when we first looked at it and when we first got in the middle of the bear market, And here I am, Injective will pump with Adam. Adam was looking nice. Hit the alerts to the upside. Injective banging on him to the upside. Shano, I'll hit this to you. There's your before. And there's your after for Injective Protocol for 36% gains on a day when Bitcoin's slumping. We're still finding gains here in the trading group together and making it happen. All right. Shout out to each and every one of you for coming on into the live and being here with the Crypto Lifer. I much appreciate it. Immutable X continuing to rip. Little bit of dip, got bought right back up. Nobody cares. Gaming is on fire. Gaming is hot. 4-hour time frame says, hey, I'm about to probably maybe even get lit. So, look at this 1 hour. I mean, this is things showing strength. This looks like it's going to continue to run tonight. I'll be looking for a flag on a smaller time frame. But I would not be surprised if Immutable X continues to run up to 251. Wow. Immutable X, just the gaming coins just don't give a dang. I'm going to look at DOMI online in a second, another smaller one, just to kind of see what's happening on the smaller time frames to see if we're getting that same type of reaction. I want to get a broad stroke look at low market cap to mid market cap and be able to kind of see what's happening. All right. Okay, Immutable X looking interesting to me, like it wants to continue to pump, though. All right, so yeah, I want to look at DOMI online for a second. Very small market cap coin. Interesting. Look at this. All right, so look, I mean, it's a really good sign for DOMI. Bigger time frame, like the 4-hour. Look, we definitely don't need that like that. All right, almost don't need it at all, but. Look at DOMI online, right? Just looking ferocious. Looking nice. Boom. I like this coin. It's on Gate.io. You can also, I believe, get it on Uniswap. I don't want to speak out of turn here. Or out of line. I don't want to be out of line. $18 million market cap. I believe this thing could 30x, 50x. Definitely, it was around in the last bull run. It's still around, right? So it's not like they didn't rug pull. I don't see them rug pull. It's got a Binance Smart. So you can get this on Avalanche, on Trader Joe XYZ. You can get this on PancakeSwap. You can get this on Uniswap. All right. and also on Gate.io. So those are the places where you can get DOMI, still really unknown. Not on any big centralized exchanges we call CEXs, CEXs. But this is something that's getting more known in the world. The game may not be too amazing. It is more speculative on a narrative, but DOMI is something that could continue to pump. All right. And this can be bought with BNB. It can be bought with Avalanche, and it can be bought with Ethereum, all on decentralized exchanges. All right, so it's on Gate.io, which I'm not on right now. It's crazy. It looks like I could be on any exchange I want now, which is insane. With my PALAU ID now, it doesn't matter, which I find just absolutely crazy. But I think it's great. Finally. Pancake Swap and Trader Joe, XYZ. I mean, DOMI looks hot. So I just, that's one. And then I'm going to look at like Vulcan Forge, which I put out earlier today, something to look at too as well. And so, yeah, both unfazed completely, like don't care, so gaming just really back in the saddle. Let's look at GFAL. What happened to my baby GFAL? Yeah, still just hanging out on the flag, near the all-time highs, just doing its thing. About to blast for more. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets busy. I'd be watching GFAL too as well. If you're new to the trading group, this coin, we've been in this coin since it was down here. Look at it, just continues to rip. When it pulls back, it takes a long time, and it doesn't pull back a lot. And it consolidates, and then it goes for its next, like, and it's a nice, slow, consistent gainer. GFAL. Still in the flag. So I love Bitcoin pullbacks like these. When everyone gets freaked out and full of fear, that's when I really turn up the heat, and I'm able to see things that really stand out and show, hey, man, this coin's still really strong right now, EGLD, I wouldn't mind if we made some type of flag like this before a bigger pullback. And I'm just going to set my, an alert here and wait for that. I love EGLD. I hold EGLD in the Meyer app. They changed the name, though, to like the X app or something. And then today I went to hit on it, and I had to change the app, and then I couldn't get into the app. And now I got to figure out what's going on. They're like, this wasn't the first device. And I'm like, what the, like, it's just weird. So watching EGLD inside this flag could do damage here. All right. I wouldn't be surprised if Polyastic gets busy too. I don't own any, and it's got a smaller market cap. It's definitely like, bears watching, but because it's low cap, it didn't even care about Bitcoin, you can see. And I've traded this coin a few times on and off, and Polyastic on my radar looks interesting. I definitely have an alert on it, watching the consolidation on Polyastic, possibly 50% gains coming out of Poly. All right. Remember when once Polkadot starts ripping, GALA, FALA, right? They all start following suit. Look at the Adam and Eve double bottom. We're gone. You catch an Adam and Eve, these things pay off. It's amazing what happens. Let's take a look at TRB. It's been a long time. It pumped. It was the name of the game for a while. It really, it was the coolest thing in the market for a few days, for a few weeks on and off. Now let's see what happened to TRB. Has it cooled off? Does it look interesting? What's happening? I like to revisit the coin once it's kind of cooling off, So to me, it kind of was in this falling wedge. It broke out, broke back inside, made the wedge, then broke out of the wedge. Pretty bullish sign for TRB, in my humble opinion. 22 looks like it wants to come down, flip out the movings. Tight moving averages. So it tells me maybe we'll do something like this. I'm just going to watch it there with a light alert. Or maybe I'm going to put a little less effort into that, but we'll see where that goes. Eventually, the bigger move for TRB would come out of that tight channel. I want to speculate what I can get before I even have to look at it again. Like, just, you know what I mean? Let's be realistic here. And then go from there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 1,324 people. And Bitcoin continuing to slump further to the downside now. And it lost that key support zone. Right? So now you just, you know, it's just likely you're going to fall down here to 41,007 and then down to 41,200. All right. You've lost key levels of support, in my humble opinion, and you're losing, you know, this was a key resistance. You got above it. The fact that you lost it means that the bears are in control here. All right. Now, anything could happen. There's a lot of volatility, but I'm looking for a move further down now for Bitcoin. Try and then it'll attempt to double bottom at 41,739 for BTC. So, you know, watch yourself here. It's going to be a rocky road tonight. Doesn't look like the dump is over. Still a lot of strong coins that we have identified and continue to do so. HNT, after that massive pump, looks like it may be kind of, you know, look for some type of consolidation that makes sense. It may take its time, you know. Once that thing consolidates, you know, the next batch of, you know, longs are going to jump in and it's going to make a move. Simple stuff, man. And I teach this to the men and the women that want to change their lives and get ahead of the curve. You know, do something different than they've been doing before and find a different angle in the charts. Okay? You can, you will, you are the best. You can do this. Trust me, I know you can. I did it, and there was times where I never thought I could too. But I did it, so you can. You can too. All right. Unbelievable. So I see Bitcoin headed further down. I showed you all my measured moves and areas to watch too for BTC. Looked at the DXY, and we can see, you know, the DXY may be getting a little bit of a pump here. Changing the game. One last coin I wanted to be nice and talk about is Real. I don't own any yet, but it's definitely a position that I'm interested in because it's real world assets. You know? And let's see if this thing lost its sauce or did it stay. Yeah, see, it stayed inside. It's beautiful. You know, this is just consolidating nicely. I like what I'm seeing here for Realio. So definitely something I would keep on the radar. I would be watching this closely as well. And remember, everyone, I have a lot of other things that I've been posting that you may want to take a look at. All right, we have a lot of stuff in the trading group that is just, you know, all over the place. All right. Shout out to the 1,324 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Where's everybody from in the live as I end the live stream? Roll call. Where are you all from? Super Chats, GALA, ETC, Big Time, and Jesus. Let's take a look at GALA. And thank you for the 990 to some Jesus coin. Thanks to your awesome and kind mom. Love learning. God bless you. Let's learn about Jesus too. God bless you. Thank you so much for the fan funding. And where is everybody from here in the chat? We got Wales, North Carolina, Kansas City, Ozarks, Kansas City. Unbelievable. India, Seoul, Portland, Oregon, UK, England. Repping the cardboard box behind the rehab center. Wow, Miami Lake, you can get there. Astoria, New Paltz, my man, New Paltz, Malaysia, Texas, Idaho, Jersey, Egypt, Nashville, Linden, Washington, Portugal, Greece, Dallas, Miami, Denver, New York, Detroit, Scotland, Midland, Maryland, Greece, Nashville, Los Angeles, Moon, Germany, San Diego, Malaysia, California, Norway, North Michigan, Dubai, UAE, New Orleans, Australia, Roll Tide, Bulgaria, Olympic Walsh, Jamaica, Utah, Hilton Head Island, San Antonio, Hungary, Hong Kong, Aleppo, California, Mercury, Tibet, El Salvador, San Diego, Tennessee, Kansas City, Kansas, baby, Paraguay, Mississippi, Manchester, San Francisco. Wow, it goes on and on and on. Rio de Janeiro, Haiti. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the super chats here for GALA. GALA had a nice pump coming to itself. Just took a little bit of a dip dive. Back up in action. I just look for these things to make some type of flag, you know. Something like this. Something like that. We don't really know. But yeah, GALA's still showing strong movement here. Ever since it broke on out and continues to the target. I see it a week from now getting to that target at 438. And just continuing to do its thing for GALA. All right. And what were those other super chats there? Jesus Coin, Ethereum Classic, Wow. ETC. It's been a long time since I looked at ETC. Played out just like Bitcoin, but what I see happening is this. I mean, looks like it's going to make something like this, stay inside the flag, and then likely continue to the upside. I know I'm being quick with this, but, you know, I've seen this type of pattern happen before, and to me it looks pretty bullish. And Bitcoin recovers, everything kind of gets a recovery bounce back up. And then this thing gets a moon. I wouldn't be surprised if this is exactly what we see happening here for Ethereum Classic. That measured move takes you to 3070. And I know I was kind of fast with that, but that's just, you know, my instincts are quick on that one. All right. And BigTime, which I believe I went over yesterday, right? Now, this is a hot coin, but it pumped hard. So you don't want to chase. So let's take a look on the biggest time frame we can, which is about the 2 hour, really. You don't want to be like too far ahead of yourself here. 4 hour. Says it's getting overbought. Okay. But what I like is this here. You know, it could be making something like so. ZTX, if you can, new metaverse coin. Interesting. And God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. 1,400 people, a stream record tonight. Thank you for being here with Sam Price. That's me, the Crypto Lifer. God bless you all. We thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. And we're not afraid to use the word love here every single day on the channel because love is the strongest frequency. If you live in love, you cannot be denied. And so with that, we're going to go all the way to 100,000 subscribers. Going to get that plaque. We're going to get to 1 million, and we're on our way. And I'm just super excited, and I can't wait. And it's going to be amazing. So, BigTime could be coming down right here and hit this level too, but it's been respecting this trend line and getting tight. The 4 hour doesn't look amazing, and it's at resistance. A little bit, kind of beef back up above it a little bit. 1 hour time frame's coming down, looking for tight. Yeah, see, I'm looking for tight price action in here. And honestly, there's a chance BigTime does a huge move. It really does. You know, back 83%, back to 115. People love this coin. They talk about it a lot. It got a lot of buzz really fast. It made a lot of people a lot of money. Had to get a sell-off at one point. That's what happens. Near the 200 SMA now, getting tight. There's a chance we do see a big move here for BigTime. Definitely worth having an alert here on BigTime. Yeah, so definitely worth setting an alert there on BigTime. And Jesus Coin. Let's see what Jesus Coin has been doing. Wow, $54 million market cap continuing to grind. Go to Deck Screen, everyone. That's the place to be. Hit the search button, paste in that contract address. Get yourself to the right place when looking at the right coins. So we thought, hey, could it break out of this? Went sideways for a while. Now very sideways price action for Jesus Coin. Nice pump up, building up some more momentum. You know, maybe getting in some more buyers. I'm not a fan. I love Jesus. I don't want to put this coin down. And I love the community and everything. I don't own this coin. I'm not into it. I'm not promoting it in any way, shape, or form. Someone just on this channel really likes this coin, talks about it a lot. It's their baby. It is consolidating. Could have a nice big move to the upside. All right. So be just about a double up, 129% gains. Nothing too crazy for Jesus Coin. All right. Can you look at ETH, please? Thank you. Shout out to ZTX if you can. New metaverse coin. ZTX. Okay. $58 million market cap. Took a bit of a plummet there. Arbitrum on the contract address. It's on BingX, MEXC, Coin 1. 520 is a blockchain and enabled by technology of the IP of Zepeto, the largest metaverse in Asia with over 430 million lifetime users. It aims to offer virtual social networking venues for avatars in addition to diverse and offerings such as Portal games. Sounds like it could do something different or interesting. If that's verified and be connected to be true, I'd have to do all my research on that. And if it has that many users, I mean, that's a big deal, right? It get pumped nice. I'd look for it to come back down to the 21-day moving average, hit a fib, and it looks like it can do some damage. Yeah, so wait for this golden pocket 786 area here and the Stokes to get low, and then this thing could do some serious low, This is where I tend to add alerts here. On the low stochastics, when it hits on the 22, I'll be interested to see this again. And that's the bigger trade probably waiting for us. And you can backtest my theories and see them play out. You'll love it. All right. Rainmaker Games looking strong. It looks okay. Still has kind of a resistance. May come back down to the bottom of the channel, right, before it gets a bigger move. I'd wait on it a little bit, but it looks interesting. Yeah, but just consolidating nicely. I see some more downside. It could pump out of nowhere. I'm not saying it can't. I'm not the end all of everything, but look for it to lose this 200 SMA and probably get a little more of a breakdown to the downside. I really want to watch that daily and that 22-hour pullback. A little more to the 22. Touch it, get a little, maybe even, come and retest this area at 0.05. And last but not least, Ethereum. So ETH was in a nice flag, about to break on out. Whole market took a dump. All right, back to the downside. For ETH, really, I'd want to look at it on a bigger time frame. Take away the moving averages. And I can't wait. I've had this tie on since this morning when I did the live stream. I can't wait to take it off. And I've been sleeping in my car waiting to get on this boat. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. I mean, nothing will be as bad as the day I lost my mom. I almost feel like I don't think I could ever complain again. I go to a restaurant, get the wrong food. It could be cold. I may ask for it back. I may not pay for it, but I'm never going to complain about it. I'm just going to be I'm going to pay for this. It's not the way I wanted. Thank you. And then I'm just never going to say another thing about, I'm just not going to, my mom died. Nothing else matters. You know what I mean? Once your mom dies, it's oh, well, Anyway, to me, top of the channel here. ETH could still come all the way back down and test 1,800 one more time. Get a nice, healthy pullback for the altcoins. That would be awesome. All right? I mean, there's a lot of people that would love that. Not saying it will. It could stay above this level. We'll watch it closely. And that's your bullish and your bearish scenario. You stay sideways here on the weekly, and that could take some weeks' time. Just everyone thinks it's all going to be love. We had a really nice run. That was a nice run. We got weeks and weeks and weeks of love. We got Pumptober. We got Moonvember. We got it all. So I'm looking for ETH to probably likely pull back a little bit here. The daily too as well. Just needs to come back. Hang out with the 21-day. Start to pull back a little bit. Get tighter with the moving averages. Hang out a little bit. We're looking at one of these. Consolidate. We're looking for some consolidation for Ethereum. And I could be wrong. Watch it bounce right back in that smaller flag and then just rip. But to me, now that the moving averages have spoken, we've seen the spread, we've kind of dropped on down. It's time for the price action to consolidate a little bit. Go a little sideways. Slow down for a bit. And that December usually isn't the best month. I don't know. People get excited, Santa Rally and all this, but in my mind, December is usually never really the best month for trading. Especially the last 2 weeks, people would just finally hang out with family. They're finally not doing the same things anymore. They take their time. And the markets just aren't as ripe. I know, but again, we have a halving coming up and people should rip and it should be just whatever. And so I get it. There is a little more action than normal, but in general, December just not the greatest month of trading, A lot of dollar cost averaging, a lot of people selling off, So look, we lost key levels and we're dropping further down as suggested. It's just likely we head down to 41,750. If we lose that level, you're looking for 41,200. And then the measured move of this whole bear flag, which you have lost already, and this point of control and the value area lows is about 40,492 for Bitcoin. I remain bearish unless you can get back above resistance at 42,500 for BTC. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Thank you for all your love. Thank you for 50,000. Thank you for the amount of people here on the live. $100 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for everything. I will forever, ever be grateful. And stay in a moment of gratitude. Gratitude is what I'm always practicing, a state of gratitude at every moment in time, from the beginning of the day to when I go to sleep at night. And that's just going to be my state for the rest of my life. I'm going to put my kids in that state. They're going to live in abundance. Everyone around me is going to understand that. And I'm going to make sure that that's what my children learn the most. The best lessons in life is to live in gratitude and to attract abundance through your life. Help everyone around you, help yourself, and you can't beat it. There's no better existence, I'm telling you right now. So thank you. God bless you, and have a good night.